And yet what that's showing is that there is such alignment with divinity that you can, but also such awareness of the body. You're not saying that the body is not existing.
Right.
Because if you were taking that position, you wouldn't be in any situation to be able to do these kind of exercises with the body. So it's a play of an extreme state of detachment from the body as we usually know it. Usually we just get freaked out when it starts to get old and we can't jump around on the dance floor as well. But these great masters are very aware and very respectful of their body as being a vehicle that can comprehend divinity. It allows them to have the experience of God and of the divine.
So
but along with that, their detachment allows them to work with the body. Now, the topic of supernatural sacrifice, because it is a blood sacrifice, a shedding of blood, is something that's done for cosmic benefit for all of mankind. And this is a subject so vast, I would like to go with Jennifer into the topic, because I think the African religion can show some keys to what this really means. Basically, you're talking about a sacrifice, and following a sacrifice, regeneration. But it's happening in one individual's body. He's both sacrificing and regenerating. And if this can be done in the case of an individual, it gives us hope that it can be done in the case of a society, that we can mess things up, but we can also pull things together again, so that people don't have to be despair about the out-of-control environment, the out-of-control economy, out-of-control reasons for going to war, things like that. That's things falling apart. But if our consciousness can take it in, we don't blame each other, you know, whether we're liberals or Republicans or whatever. We're saying this is the situation. Mankind is violent. If we can still, with divine love, comprehend this violence, we can go beyond that. And Khandana Yoga is one of the highest expressions of being able to see beyond the illusions. And most of us are all involved in illusions, and the media is something that's promoting illusion.
Would you say it's the highest form of yoga because it's recognizing the body as a divine aspect as well?
Yes, and the thing is, you wouldn't think that chopping off the body would be recognizing it as divinity. And this is why he says, learn the highest mechanism of spirituality. Because usually you would just stop there saying, this is a great blessing from God, and you go around and you go to bed early and you wake up early and you take care of it. But this is something even farther. Now, since the audience never saw Sarmat, perhaps we can, inspire them to stay tuned for future shows where I talk about a saint in the 17th century who was beheaded by a cruel emperor. And then he got up and picked up his head and asked for divine justice. But since they haven't seen that shot at this time, we'll have to leave that for the future, and hopefully I can work with Jennifer and we can talk about the African religion.
Yeah, why don't you comment on that, Jennifer, because she's
in the West African tradition, specifically the Akan, dealing with blood sacrifice, animal sacrifice, is called the sacred art of healing, because it's believed that the blood sacrifice promotes healing, because the energy is transferred to an animal, let's say, of any energy that certain people may have. People pull energy from this. It's a very sacred art. It's a process, and it's a purification process where people's baggage is released. You know, it's just like people were saying, like what happened with 9/11, all the blood that was spilled. You know, that there should have been many priests there from every religion making offerings so that this energy could be transformed.
They do say there are many good divine energies with us at all times, even through an event like 9/11. It's just that the victims in 9/11 weren't conscious. They didn't choose to do that. And that's an important thing to understand about Khandana Yoga. A master who decides he's going to cut his hand off and put it back on again is very much choosing to go through that exercise.
Right. And talk about,
Jennifer.
Yeah, I mean, I want to hear about pulling energy from these sacrifices, because it's like as if you're capturing the life force itself.
Well, you know, Alan, when you sit down for a beautiful filet mignon dinner, you're pulling energy. And so many people who are vegetarian oftentimes realize they, for health benefits, need to start eating meat. So I don't think anyone can put down an animal sacrifice who eats meat. All you're saying is that that meat was highly blessed before it was eaten. So, you know, we can't recoil in horror.
I'm not putting it down. I want to know the aspect of pulling energy. I want to know how that process actually works. I mean, maybe Jennifer.
Well, you know, this is a sacred science and tradition that people normally don't talk about.
Right.
But I just wanted to say that this whole thing of pulling the energy, like Paula was saying, is that why are people eating meat? Why are people eating meat? Because of protein. I mean, right now in the news we have about mad cow disease, and as we know, cows are very sacred in India.
Right.
You know,
whose remains are at the Jama Masjid, actually, in New Delhi. I was interested in this saint because he was Jewish. He was born in Palestine, and he had come across as a trader. He was a merchant. And then he became God-intoxicated, and under Aurangzeb, who was the son of the man who built the Taj Mahal, he was beheaded. And Sarmad Sahib, in a headless condition, walked up the steps of the mosque, holding his head, demanding divine justice. And then they say that his master from another dimension told him to put down the head, because if he completed Khandana Yoga, it would have been all revolution, because they would have looked to him to be the leader, whereas in actuality, humankind was not yet developed enough to have a saint and a leader. And so today my understanding is usually you have the saints in this category, you have the politicians in this category, and they don't mix. And yet when you look deeply, we are beyond the mind, and all of these politics of the mind and sciences is something that seems to be different. So I'm very excited now to turn this back over to Pilot Baba, because I could see while this was rolling, he was nodding his head. You knew about Sarmad Sahib, and you also told me about the importance of understanding the science. So let me turn this discussion over to you. And call in, please. Put the number. Yeah, great.
What you have to see that people has to understand the masters, the great master, the realized masters, the experiences master, they must realize that what is the science of the self, what is the science of the consciousness, and what is the science of the existence. When you talk about pleasure, pain, joy, that become a mind. There is two things remain, experiences and experiencer remain. When duality is there, that means it is a mind.
Right.
You are working in the mind, see. You are not beyond the minds.
Right.
When you are not beyond the minds, you cannot make a oneness to the higher consciousness.
When you're not beyond the mind.
You are not beyond the mind, it is not possible at all.
Right.
Because our body is electromagnetic systems. We have electrocommunication systems. We have organic system in the body. Fission and fusion are happening in the bodies.
Fission and fusion.
Both
just like atomic energy.
Yeah,
right?
it is happening.
It's
it is
very
creating.
Powerful.
Yeah, they are circling. We are the collection of energy.
Okay. Inside us.
Inside us. The whole was existent at that energy.
All of the atomic bomb, the hydrogen bomb,
yes,
all of that power
within
is inside us.
We have all how we are making uranium in the body. It naturally the process is there.
Uranium.
Yeah, uranium. All process is happening.
Okay.
All carriers are there.
And the saints have always known this.
Not all the saints.
No, but
Saints throughout the ages, saints are known. Many are practiced, like sacrificing the animals. Like question comes, that is who do not believe in himself.
It's low level.
It is a tantra. It is a tantra.
A low level tantra. I understand.
Our body has two polarities.
That's why Jennifer said that the cow is holy in India.
Yes.
The Divine Mother. They don't like to sacrifice.
You have to first see that energy work always in the polarity. Whole universe and human bodies in the polarity. If you go another side, you want to excite, evoke your energy and make use of for something for the healing, that is the ordinary way. If you have a confidence in the self, if you dissolute, If you make it introvert,
Dissolute means to go back to the elements, like you say,
yeah,
the water
go back
in you,
to one.
be in samadhi,
We
because
are,
you're sacrificing your life in
yeah,
samadhi.
we are
aren't
the
you?
process. You know, the life is a process. Energy is a practice. That there is a difference. Process always happen, and practice we have to make it
The process always happens,
happen.
but practice you have to make it.
Make.
Who makes it, the master or the student?
Practice, it is
Who
being
makes the
taught by
decision?
it is a tradition of teaching by the masters.
So when you saw Yogmata, you said, this is a good woman, you trusted her heart, you said she deserves this power you gave her, because you gave
No,
her a
I
good
don't
gift.
give anything to Yogmata.
No, you didn't.
I took her to Himalaya.
Uh-huh.
I found her, she has inspirations.
Inspiration.
She could be inspired by her consciousness. So in lieu of giving, I say, let us go. I
But you
said,
said you saw courage in her and divinity in her.
a divinity within her.
So you're like a talent scout?
Yes, yes, yes. So I took her to the master who live in the Himalaya, Nepal Himalaya. I tell her, if she has the ability to go through that, please take care of her.
And your master said, thank
Yeah,
you
yes.
for
So,
bringing her?
yeah, in lieu of myself, see, I have the ability to awake the energy. I know the system of body consciousness, self, being, a higher consciousness. We know, we talk about the Kundalini, we talk about the center of the energy. But you have to find out how many kinds of energy we have.
How many kinds?
Yeah, there are different kinds of energy. Do you know? As the Kaleshwar, he talk about the heart center, the third chakra center. These are the.
And the guru stand behind the navel?
You have to see the polarity of the life. We were always, you know, in the whole universe.
Polarity, observer, observed.
Without a polarity, nothing
No
can be
mind.
success.
Okay.
You are good, you are bad.
Without,
In the energy, it has, if you are creating atomic energy, it is very good
Right.
for the useful the humanity success, and it is very dangerous.
right,
Same thing within us.
right.
Your mind is a polarity.
That's why a master sees if you're qualified.
Yeah, mastership qualification. So when you are practicing anything, see, you have to be very careful that
Right.
your energy should not go other way, which
Right.
can become. Why the people? Why genetics?
Genetic engineering.
Genetic generation is there. Why fanatism teaching is success? Because they go another side of the minds. Why people are creating a human bomb?
A
Why
human bomb
being
with the DNA?
Why? Because they understand the mind. They can hypnotize. They can wash the minds.
But they don't know of experience beyond the mind.
They don't.
So if they have experience beyond the mind, then they can control
They
this vast
could.
power.
They could have been the best. The people who are become terrorists, if they could have been come in contact with the great church, with the great mosque, with the great temples, or with great master, that brain could have been used to make a better constructive world with their minds.
I see what
But
you're saying.
they were handled by the another side of energy.
They were handled by the confusion,
Yeah,
the religious
confusion.
abuse, you would say.
Yes, religious abuse.
Religious abuse.
They do not understand the religious.
Right.
They do not understand the gratitude of the human.
And it happens in all the religions. We have
It is
this-
always there
this
in all the
fanaticism,
religions, throughout the
fanaticism,
beginning. Yes.
and killing in the name of God. It
That
doesn't make sense, does it?
killing, sacrificing, they said they are doing the good things,
Yeah.
but they are against the humanities.
Yeah.
So the love we have within,
Right.
the compassion we have within. So this teaching must come to the all peoples. If not, we can force to teach. See, all the terrorists.
Forced to teach?
Yes, we can change the mind of the terrorist.
Now, when you're going into samadhi, are you changing the mind of a terrorist?
Yes, we can change the mind of the. You can make
Just by dissolving?
We-
How did you say dissociating into the elements? The
Yes,
water
yes,
in your body
and-
and the water in the nature becomes one, and then you're harmony?
you and me, like others, we are sitting together, but we are the part of the nature. We are the mini universe. So you have a direct communications. It is working without our thinking, without our doing. The process are always active. the inner science, it is organized in such a way, it is creating a chemical reaction within the body. Through that chemical reaction, many organic things, many atomic things, many fusions are happening, which are very powerful for the good, for the bads.
And a yogi understands.
If you know the person, if this person is going to be bad for the humanity, just if you make a contact and change it. But this teaching has
change
not,
the heart?
Yeah.
Isn't that the biggest miracle?
Changing
To
heart
change
is
a
not
human heart?
The human heart is a different. Mind changing is important.
Mind changing.
Heart is a very beautiful thing. It is a doorway to the all heavenly things.
Right. But you're talking about changing.
Changing the mind is important.
So to compensate for the religious abuse?
Education has become dangerous.
Education has become dangerous.
Yes.
In genetic engineering or in the tantra you were talking about dangerous?
Same in tantra also. Tantra, in the religion, tantra also used in better way. Tantra is a great tantra. If you see talk about the tantra, tantra is not an ordinary thing.
I know.
Tantra is a great science.
Yes.
It is experimented. You just cannot believe it. Tantra don't believe it in many such as religious people believe in God and many things. Tantra say no, you want
people
to go
are
to
afraid of it. When Jesus was healing, they were afraid of Jesus. They accused him of being in league with the devil because he's walking on water and he's healing the lepers, the blind people.
He was the Buddha. Jesus was a higher consciousness.
And he resurrected his body. He died and on the cross, and then he came up after. Is this in your science?
He was known to the great inner science.
Yes.
He was contact with the existence. He was contact with the godly powers.
But with your knowledge, you understand the science behind what Jesus did.
Yes.
So it's not surprising to you if you hear that a man resurrected, because you know from
I know the samadhi. When I read the Bibles, I read the Commander Thomas Paul, all I read, I could find out.
The Gospel according to Thomas?
Yeah, Gospel I read, I find out he was in samadhi. When he was crucifying, he was not crucifying, he was in samadhi.
Right.
He was already gone beyond the body.
Right.
He was already gone beyond the pain and suffering.
Because we have a document called the Shroud of Turin. It's in Italy, and it shows an impression of Jesus after they took him from the cross. They put the cloth on him, and they cannot explain how the face is on there and the rest of the body, and it shows like an x-ray. The bones, and if he was crucified, he would be crucified, they would stick it here, and yet the bones are repaired. There's blood on, shows that he started bleeding, but then he resurrected his body.
If you go in the south now, there are many festivals happen in the south.
Why are you laughing, Yosmata?
They are putting a needle, they are putting a heel, they can putting many things.
Oh, but they don't die.
They don't die, they
Jesus,
don't suffer.
He was on the cross,
Jesus never died.
He never died.
He never died.
Well, then he can't, how do you resurrect? Resurrection
he was
means
in samadhi.
Out of, oh, I see.
He was in samadhi. We say samadhi.
Because people would say, Yogmata, and you have died.
Yes,
from
you
the
can
outside.
Go beyond the
There's
death,
no breathing, no heart rate. They would say you died.
I have experiences of sitting in the water for 10 days, 11 days.
Under the water?
Deep in the 11 feet in India. I have been sitting in airtight glass. Many city has come in USA. I have been sitting underground, Jogmata, many times in the Kumbh Mela, where multi-million people are gathering in that with great science, thousands of cameras watching.
Right.
Even though CNN watching, even though BBC
CNN
watching.
and BBC were
all
watching.
were watching that Jogmata Samadhi.
Why are we not getting any calls? Are there any calls yet? It's so surprising. Is that the correct number? 353? I thought it was 757. I'm thinking maybe that might be a problem anyway.
We had calls, but we'll get some more.
We had them? How much time do we only have 10 minutes.
We're in minutes.
Okay. Oh, yes. Yes. Pilot Bob is going to be speaking this Friday at the Athena Hotel, which I believe is 531 West. Tell me.
371 West 7th.
371 West 31st, isn't it? Between 7th Avenue?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the Athena Hotel at 7 o'clock. It's an incredible opportunity to be with a great master who has command of the cities, knows the importance of samadhi, being beyond the mind, that the mind has gotten us in so much trouble. Great. Caller, do you have a question for Pilot Baba? Hello?
We lost him.
Oh, we lost the caller. Okay, keep trying. We have to make. We really want to make this connection. I want you to know what the Manhattan audience is thinking, because these are so many provocative
This is
thoughts.
United States.
United States.
This is United. Mahatma means United States. A great knowledge, great scientific, great researchers.
Right.
If they come to know anything in the world, something different, then they want to go deeper in that.
Farther down the rabbit hole.
Yes, yes. I like it. The intellectual people, the great philosophers, great scientific, spiritual of this United States.
Yes. Welcome to Farther Down the Rabbit Hole. Do you have a question for Pilot Baba?
Well, I'm a long-time student of Pilot Baba, and I just wanted to say hello and Yogi Mata.
What's your name?
Marie Eisel.
Marie Eisel. You remember her? Wonderful. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
And we'll see you Friday.
Oh, yes.
Great.
Okay,
Bye.
one more call.
One more call?
Yes,
Hello?
hello. Hello.
Yes. Do you have a question for Pilot Baba?
Yes, I like to, thank him for what he's doing, and I like for him to pray for me.
Are you a student of Pilot Baba?
Well, I'm a student of all spiritualism. I'm open to all spiritualism.
Beautiful.
Do I have to be a student of Paula Baba to appreciate his good work?
I think he feels a connection with you right now.
Right.
Hi, you're on Farther Down the Rabbit Hole.
Yeah. Is that Hindi?
Yes, but when he was a fighter pilot, he realized, what's the use to see division and difference? Hi, this is Farther Down the Rabbit Hole.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Hi, fine.
I am a student of Pilot Baba, and I would like to have him pray for me. And, I feel this connection. You seem to be a very spiritual person.
Can you pray for students? Can you explain what that means? How does that done?
Prayer is a compassion.
It's compassion.
Prayer is a energy connection to each other. Already we have an electromagnetic system within us, and this has connected to the existence whole world. Whoever is sitting in the meditation and developing his receptive energy, putting in his mind what he wants, the answer can be given. And we can pray for them for better life, for peace.
And is the idea that we all learn how to pray for each other?
Yes, yes.
So that, Jesus was saying that we...
it is just a thought, this. You see, talking about the Christ, means Christ has his thought power. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
Just when he walks, means he implements his thought.
Right.
Healing thoughts, healing power.
And he had such good thoughts because he was with the people who
He
had
was a
leprosy
man.
and
He was a
disease
man. He was not an ordinary man.
No, he wasn't ordinary.
He was a great man. He was born for that.
But he didn't keep himself separate, did he?
It's
He
okay.
he embraced all of the humanity. He
He
loved all
was,
of them.
because he was one with the existence.
Right.
He was a realized person, and his thinking was beyond the body and minds. So he was available for everyone to
He was
whoever is interested to contact with him, easily contact.
Right.
Like the spiritualism, science is like that. Your heart is open, your compassion is open, your gratitude energy is open. And that has a magnitude, a spontaneous concern with the existence.
Right.
If you just put yourself available, let anyone, whether you are disciple or not, whether follower or not, let anyone who want to be available to get that energy, he can develop his awakening power, receptive power.
Right.
See, in India we have a salutation. We say, just bowing a hand together, it means it is a symbol of receiving energy.
Right.
Just keeping in the mind from
That
Jog
you're
Mata,
receptive.
from Jog Mata,
Receptive.
from your, this will receive energy from the existence. There are many things. In the mind is a receptive energy.
This
your
is
body.
in Christianity we
Yes.
pray
No,
this way.
everyone.
You know,
These
everywhere.
has a great power. These are both energy together. Either it is not electron, proton, it is not in Satarastam, it is a centralized energy. When you
The balance of
centralize,
three
you
gunas?
balance. When you are balanced, then you are in the center. Neither
Right.
you are left in the not in the right. So always you have to be careful. When you are praying, you should not be in one side. That's why people go, teaching become wrong because people go one side. Fanaticism come in the religion.
Fanatism, extremism.
It has
And
come
so what
because
you're wanting
one
is
yes,
balance.
yes.
And that brings the
Yeah,
harmony.
that's why.
Would resurrection be an accomplishment of extraordinary balance?
Yes, within.
Extraordinary
If you are in the
balance?
center, there is a way of realization, there is a way of having a beautiful life.
And some have said that Jesus helped us overcome our greatest fear, which is of death.
See, you have to see the world. We have Jesus.
Justice?
We have Jesus.
Jesus.
We have Assisi Saint Francis. We have Thomas. We have Buddha. We have Mahavir. We have Adi Shankar. They are Nanak, Kabir. There are hundreds of
I
great.
noticed you said Thomas. Saint Thomas?
Yes, Saint Thomas.
In India, he's better known, I think.
Yes,
than
he's
in the
known.
West.
He's known for good gospels of
Yeah.
Jesus. So all these souls, they were open for everyone. They had a healing power. They had a loving power. They had a compassion. The way they come on this earth to dedicate their everything to the humanity, only depend on how much receptive we are.
Like we are to your samadhi, because you and Yogamata are doing a kind of sacrifice.
Yeah,
so if
we are doing.
aware of what your sacrifice
When we
is,
does in India, see, we don't. Once we try in with the Columbia University people, some doctors came to me. We had a discussion. I went to university. We had a talk something. We wanted to do these things samadhi in here America, but what is the problem? America, the law of America does not allow to stop the breathing.
they don't allow you to stop.
There is
the
no
breathing?
law. Yes.
The lab will not allow you. Oh my goodness! We should write to our congressman. Please
They
let
don't
free
allow. So you cannot do
scientific
samadhi.
research.
You cannot do samadhi.
Oh my
That
goodness.
samadhi only can be.
We're off.
Oh, we're off.
You wanted to say goodbye, though?
Oh,
Yes.
goodbye.
Can I say goodbye?
Yeah, say goodbye for further.
Okay. We've had many provocative thoughts on this show with Pilot Baba. I hope you can see him this Friday at the Athena Hotel on 31st and 7th Avenue, and that in future shows we hope to have him back, perhaps even from India, so we can go on to into deeper levels of this science of not the mind, of beyond the mind.
Beyond the
samadhi.
mind, yes.
Yes, thank you, Pilot
Thank you,
Baba.
sir.
Thank you, Yogamata.
God bless you.